Did you know 68% of people choose a church based on the preaching? This makes it the most important growth area for pastors seeking to boost church attendance and membership. But you're probably thinking you don't have more time to put into your sermon. Hearing from the pastors we work with, time is a premium, and the data only validates their stories. 72% of pastors already report working 55 hours or more a week, and 45% reports spending at least 10 hours on sermon preparation. There are new tools and specific use cases that can not only improve sermons, but help you do it in less time. And the best part of them all is that they're absolutely free. Churches using these tools will save a lot of time. In fact, we've seen it cut work time in half.
Let's take a closer look at Notebook LLM, the free tool. You can access it with a free Google account. Click the Try Notebook LLM button, then click Create New. It's going to need some sources to analyze. Ideally, you can go to YouTube and add some sermons on a particular topic or theme. It's best to have them on one subject. Otherwise, there's going to be enough of a variance between them that there's not enough commonalities. So, for example, we're going to use Christmas sermons as it is one of the biggest times for visitors, and there's enough overlap between the subjects. Just to save time, I already added some sermons in here, and this is what happens once you generate. You can always add more later, and they don't have to be a YouTube link. They can also be a Google Drive doc, pasted text, really anything you can find. It gives a short summary of all the sermons right here. It also has a study guide, which you can generate. It has a briefing doc, which it will also generate, and FAQs. So it gives you some thoughts to maybe stir some creative juices. Here's some facts that it includes. You can also generate a deep dive conversation simply by clicking generate, and it will have two AIs chat back and forth about the information within these 5 sermons. What's really neat about it is that once it generates, you can even pause it and then ask it questions, and then it will respond to you. One of the things that I like to do is simply just ask it questions. For example, what hooks do these pastors use to draw the reader in? How might I do it better? Or I could ask, what is the core concepts that are covered? That could give me some idea of what to talk about. Also, engagement is very important. So I like to ask, what elements does the pastor use to engage his audience? How might I amplify them? You can click that in, and it'll give you some ideas. It's so versatile. However, there are 2 prompts that I find to be really helpful for brainstorming. To access them, check out the list of 50 plus church prompts within the notes. You can also find a link to it that anchors directly to the prompt within our study guide. The first one here is for a situation like the 5 sermons from YouTube on a particular topic. I just copy the whole thing in between the asterisks and paste it in as I did here. As you notice, I filled in the brackets here. If you use the prompt, be sure to enter your unique details. And here's what it provided. It gives 5 sermon titles, the specific angles for the titles, and key scripture for each. All these little numbers here are just citations that it cites from the sources that I gave it. So you can click on them to get some ideas or just hover over them and see how a particular pastor from your sources addressed it. The other prompt, which I like a bit more, is to use a past sermon you gave on a topic and brainstorm new ways or angles you could use it to make it better. This way you could continue to identify opportunities to strengthen your message, letting you improve while not reinventing the wheel. For this, you will need a transcript of the sermon. If you're uploading your sermons to YouTube, which is a really good idea, you can simply get the transcript link from there. Also, you can go to your recorded services and pull it from that section. If it is disorganized or has timestamps, don't worry about it. You can copy it and the AI will understand it perfectly fine. To demonstrate, I prepared a sermon on letting go and letting God. I would just paste the file in a new notebook LLM as I don't have a YouTube link. So I just pasted it in. It's going to load for a minute and then it's going to give me a summary. And now that it has read it and done its analysis, you can do a study guide of it, briefing doc, FAQ, just to refresh your memory on the details of the topic. Then go to our 50 plus prompts again, find the exact prompt, and this is for refining and improving sermon content. You just want the stuff between the asterisks. Now paste it into your notebook LLM. And before hitting enter, there is one asterisk portion. Make sure you enter your unique details about your church audience. I'm just going to use the example prompt. So I said my audience is a bilingual Methodist church in San Diego. And now it provided 5 sermon titles, drawing on the themes of the original sermon provided. So you can see letting go of the steering wheel, when God takes control, the weight you don't have to carry, finding rest in God. So there's 5 themes here. And since it knows that my congregation also is Spanish speaking, it provided the Spanish title. And what I really like about this prompt is that it gives an engagement analysis. So it looks at the characteristics of your sermon that was attached, and then it provides some critiques on how you could better engage the audience. And engagement's very important because that's what turns a passive listener into an active listener. So it offers suggestions for message flow, emotional connection, scripture application, and audience participation. What's really useful is all the individual citations, so it's giving clear examples of what it's talking about. And you don't have to be done once you get to this point. Maybe explain what it means by incorporating stories that specifically reflect shared cultural values. And it can chat back and forth with you, give you some more ideas and clarity on how you should tackle your next sermon on this topic. One of the things I like to do from here is pick one of the sermon themes and just see how it would look. Maybe create a discovery draft. So let's say I wanted to do that. I could ask it to create a 6-part sermon outline on the topic. So I would just write, please create a 6-part sermon outline on this sermon. Include an intro with a compelling hook, 4 key points expressed in the body, and a conclusion. I just do it that way because it gives a more robust outline. Sometimes it's good to be specific. And then just paste the dance of faith, the practice of following God. And I also have the concept details in here. Hit enter. And now it created a 6-part sermon outline. Ideally, you would want to read through it and see how it looks, particularly if you're going to use this outline yourself and you want to tweak it, make those adjustments. But in this case, I really just want to see how the full sermon would look. So what I would do is have the AI generate the full sermon from here. To do that, just go back into our prompts resource, scroll down to our full sermons from outlines, and here's the whole prompt. So just copy this whole thing, and then you can enter that into an AI of your choice. However, I'm going to do it the easy way this time. We do have a free bot available in Poe. If you're using GPT, there is a GPT version of this, but you need to have premium. So we designed a free alternative here. And all you have to do is sign up for an account. So it already has the prompt in it, so you don't have to enter it in. All you need to do is go and get the full sermon outline, paste it in, and now it's going to create the sermon in numerous parts. It does it this way because otherwise it will sometimes just try to create a very short, abrupt sermon. After it completes each section, enter in continue, hit enter, and repeat the process until it completes the whole sermon outline. And now it drafted up the conclusion. It includes a prayer at the end to bring everybody together.
I wouldn't suggest using this as your sermon. Most pastors will treat it more as a discovery draft, where they can read through it, picking out snippets and points they like, discarding what they don't like, and then completing it on their own. Others will use it as a first draft, stripping larger pieces out and reworking it. Either way, you want to spend more time. The reason is that even though you went through a unique way of brainstorming, tools like ChatGPT still struggle with originality. You want to pour your heart and spirit into the mold it built. We've covered a lot, and there's still more to explore. Be sure to check out our study guide, which offers a complete overview of free resources and tools to help your church connect with newcomers. You can also enroll in our free church growth course, a comprehensive walkthrough of our proven church growth strategy. It includes step by step guides, practical tools, customizable templates, and advanced prompts to make growing your church easier than ever. If you're also interested in the advanced prompts we use, we included a link to them in the description and in our study guide. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. It supports us in creating more free materials, courses, and guides like this one. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. We're always happy to help churches grow, improve giving, and boost engagement.